Flosstube. I'm Jessie. This is my channel, Bobo Jessie Stitches, and happy Flossidays. Today, I guess, is technically the 16th, but we're going to be doing a lot. We're going to actually be catching up from the 11th through today. So buckle up, grab a sip. Yeah, I got my sips ready. We are going to have a long video today. So my apologies. I had this whole plan to catch up earlier this week, so that way we would be caught up coming back home. That just didn't happen. So let's just say, y'all, when you go on vacation to the land of mouse, you're not gonna have a lot of time to make videos, even 10-minute videos. There was a lot of good intentions to come back, and we did. We came back into the room, and I was like, I'm gonna record my video, and so I sat down on the bed, and within like 10 minutes, I was out. I was taking a nap, and then when I woke up, it was time for us to leave for our dinner reservation. So it was, so it just didn't happen. So my apologies for that. And but it was a great vacation. I'm going to talk more about that probably tomorrow's video. I don't have to try to limit this one down to catching up on the opening of the stuff. I am feeling sick, unfortunately. Both my husband and I appear to have gotten colds. So far, the COVID tests have been negative, so we don't think it's that. He was running a slight fever. I have not run a fever, but I am congested and coughing. I've taken some medicine, so hopefully none of that will come out today. But I guess it's the nature of things. In California right now, the weather is beautiful, beautiful weather. But in the day, it was warm enough that you didn't really need a jacket or anything. But at night, it was. So there was a little bit of a yo-yo weathering. It's similar to what's happening in Texas right now. And I think that might have been a bit much. Go, 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 go. Plus the weather changes. And then we finally just sat down. We got home and rested yet. And then we both got sick. Anyways, so let's get going. I'm gonna go ahead and do the 2 days that I owe you that were pre-recorded prior to my departure for my last 2 days that I were over there. So the 11th and the 12th. I'm gonna go ahead and just do what I did before, which is show you the pre-recording video from past Jessie, do the my influencer, Inspirator, and they do the 12th. And then when we come back, I'm going to do the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th openings of the new things to be opened. I'm going to do an Inspirator for 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, but I'm only going to do one joke for that last part. So you'll get the 11th and the 12th jokes, but we'll just do one joke because otherwise it's just a really bad comedy routine. So, all right, so let's go back and say hi to past Jessie. Hi, December 12th, Jessie. Today was second full day at Disney. Ooh, things are popping out. Let's retook. What was planned for today? It was a tour of Walt's apartment on Main Street. It's only available if you do a tour. Hope it was exciting. And did you have tea? Was it good tea? What kind of tea did you have? All right. Day 11 for Night Stalkers Calling. Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, look at this beautiful green floss. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? If you haven't figured it out, it's called a Christmas tree. And it's this beautiful green floss. Oh my goodness, y'all. If there's any doubts about wanting to get these flosses from Etsy, don't doubt yourself. These are beautiful in person. They're so vibrant, and I hope at watching all my Inspirators that I'm gonna know how to stitch something with them. All right, caterpillar cross stitch, day 11. Here's the back on this one. Have you figured out that the backs are putting together its picture? It's coming together in one big picture. Sugar spice makes everything nice. It's another pattern, yes. Can I show it to you? No. But I can tell you that it is Rudolph. Fantastic. Maple. It's not Rudolph. Maple the reindeer. Let's not infringe any Montgomery Ward's rights. All right. Fantastic. Back to you. Thanks, Bass Jesse. To talk about Walt's tour, we did not get tea. The description of the tour said that there would be refreshments on the patio, and I kind of assumed it would be tea, but it wasn't. We got a cookie, which we ate the cookies, and a lemon cookie. Actually, it was what we got because apparently that is Walt's favorite flavor was a lemon cookie. But we got sodas and water instead of tea. Which I think for cookies, tea would have been great and coffee would have been great. But that being said, obviously it's a preserved apartment, and they probably didn't want anything that could potentially spill or anything, which makes perfect sense. And even though the everything was protected around it, but the tour in and of itself is a pretty a pretty expensive tour, like I would say it was. But I think if you are a fan of Walt and want to know more about his experience in terms of living into Disneyland while he was building it, it's a worthwhile tour. It's the only way you get to see the apartment, and it was pretty neat. So, all right, well, let's open up our Inspire tour for day 11. Here it is. And it is, sorry. Oh, it's Globe Trotting Stitcher. This is Amy and her husband, Gary. She's great. She started Flosstubes around the same time I did. She's much more consistent than me. I'll say that in terms of filming and recording. Although I think recently I've gotten pretty solid at the once a month I do. But the how does Amy and Gary inspire me? They are fun. They are fun videos. If you're not watching them, their interaction together is really great. She is a long time stitcher. She's globetrotting because she works for an NGO, which is a non-governmental organization, and in Africa doing some work there. And every once in a while, she shares some stories around that. And but they I what I love about Amy is that she's an extremely consistent, beautiful stitcher. She has done some conversions of now I don't stitch Fancy Ladies. I have one going, which is Lady Justice by Mirabilia, but I'm only doing that because it's a Justice theme pattern. It's I always have a Justice theme project going at any given time, and it just so happens to be a Fancy Lady. But for the most part, she has done this beautiful conversions, which I think that to be able to see somebody go through that process as well. Again, I know a lot of people do fancy lady stitchings and want to be able to do conversions. She explains that process and kind of goes through it, and but as a long time stitcher, she also is very routine, which is very inspiring to me. I think I'm a routine stitcher. I'm not. So but it is pretty but when she kind of follows a project, and then so because of that you see a lot of finishes for her. So she has like a big project that takes a long time to probably won't be complete for a while, but she always has a small project in place and theme projects, and she rotates on a weekly basis. And so I think it's a way that if you are a person who's wondering, how do I have both big projects and see progress on that versus having smaller projects where I can see finishes, and I want to kind of be a combination of both types of stitchers. Amy actually shows you how she does it, without really telling you that's how she's doing it. So she's showing you how she does it, and then you actually see pretty steady progress. So if you're a progress stitcher, she's great inspiration. Gary is a new stitcher, relatively new. I think he started cross stitching as they were filling the floss tubes, and he's the man behind the camera, so to speak. And so it's fun to watch because he's a monogamous stitcher, which meaning he only stitches one project at a time, but he's also a geeky stitcher. So there's always these little cute humors about his nerdiness and things that I really like. And while this is not something, and I know sometimes I lose viewers when I talk about things like this, but that's okay. I'm gonna be all right with that. They're a reflective couple for me, in the sense that I see. It's my husband and I are a mixed race couple, and I love that. I love seeing I love it. It's when I was growing up, there were so few people that I saw reflective of my family, and so it's just wonderful to see that within the Flosstube community. And there's probably lots of people out there. There's the percentages of people who are in interracial mixed race couples relationships has skyrocketed since the 80s when we first moved here. But the it's but being able to see that is it's honestly for me very nice. So all right, now let's do the joke for the 11th. Do. All right. Oh, an oldie but a goodie. Why did the turkey join the rock band? Because it had drumsticks, of course. Here you go. Oldie but goodie. All right, now. Okay, now let's go back and take a look at Past Jesse for the 12th opening. Last day. I know it's sad. But it's okay. It's okay. Hopefully you got to see everything. How's the food tasting, by the way? Was the food tasting cool? All the different snacks that you can have. What was your favorite? Right. But it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because you're coming home. I'm sure you miss your girls. And they're probably I'm sure they're having a good time with Aunt Mel, but they're probably ready for you to come home. So let's open day 12. Day 12, Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Here's the back of that one. May your presents be many and your troubles be few. Ah, yes. What do we get here from Caterpillar Cross Stitch? Oh, more scissors. As I said, you can never have too many scissors. Or these are... Oh, let me show you. Let me just show you. Here we go. Solid center. Like it's a good weight on it. And it is a sharp tip. So this one is probably not airplane safe, but who knows? Actually, it might be less than 4 inches. Is it 4 inches now? All right. More scissors to put into a project bag. All right. And now we have number 12 for night crawlers. It's going to crinkle. It's going to crinkle. You've been warned. Night stalkers calling. What's it called? Ginger Dead Man. Ginger Dead Man. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I can't start even stitching this until the 13th because you won't see it until then. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this is ridiculous. I wonder if I'll be able to use some of these flosses that I've gotten from the box for it. I don't know. I don't know if any of them are going to fit. This is... I love it. I'm kind of curious about this. Some of this has like some interesting fonts on here. All right. Back to you, future Jesse. Don't be sad. You're coming home. Coming home. Thanks, Past Jesse. The food was actually pretty fantastic. I think I already talked about like some of the like Tiana's Palace was an unexpected, fantastic food. And there's a vegetarian gumbo there that was fantastic. I think that even if you weren't a vegetarian, you would really like. The pickles there. I think I talked about like they spray something through the building to make everything taste good. But just to give you a little bit of different things, the desserts, like eating for the festival. So they did like a festival of foods where they had different types of seasonal foods and things. And I have a post on it over on my Instagram. But we did have some things that are made on site. And our fresh foods. And so one of the things that we got was a gingerbread cookie, which was delicious. So there's that. They make their own. There's 3 cast members apparently that make the peppermint on site, and it's all handmade on site. So we got a chocolate peppermint bark. that we tried and we really enjoyed, and really looking forward to eating that. But the thing that was a shocking surprise that we couldn't believe we really liked was this little do. This is a marshmallow covered in caramel, covered in chocolate, covered in crushed peppermint. We got this on our holiday tour, actually. This was a gift for us as part of our snacks on our holiday tour. And we had to buy it. And in fact, that's what we got as a thank you gift for our dog sitter. It was so good. So yeah, the food was pretty excellent. You can't go wrong with the food. So I kind of realized that, oh, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Let's finish the 12th. All right, so let's talk about our Inspirator for the 12th. Oh, it is. Oh, there goes Stitchy Naughty. So this is my second Instagram only person. She does not do a Flosstube. At least I don't think she does. Naughty, do you do Flosstube? I don't think you do. But how does she inspire me? First of all, y'all know, I think y'all know, that I use Notion to track my projects and progress and everything. Naughty has an amazing, amazing Notion tool. So in general, she follow her on Instagram. She's got a great Instagram feed, and you get to see progress on her pictures and how she works. And she participates and really participates in lots of different types of challenges, a variety of kind of stitching. So great cross stitcher, great cross stitcher, great cross stitching content. You should follow her. But if you are really looking at like wanting to find a good organizing system, Nani has a great Notion pattern. Now, I have built my own, but she graciously, I did see hers, and it's amazing. Like, it's amazing. Like, there is a lot of learning tools, and if you like databases and building things, you can build your own on Notion. But otherwise, there's a particularly significant learning curve to it. And so some people, the challenge of building out their database is fun. That was me. And, and Georgie, I think we had talked about that. She has built a Notion pattern now that she found it fun. And so like, there are people who find it fun, but if you don't find that kind of thing fun, it can be extremely, extremely overwhelming. And so Nani has actually created a great Notion pattern and a project. And so Notion is free for personal users. You don't have to pay for it. And so now her pattern isn't pay for her labor for this, but it's fantastic. And and go give it a go. So follow her for her great cross-stitching content, and she will inspire you for the way that she's able to participate in so many things. And sometimes that can be overwhelming, but you just see how you just kind of just work through it. And plus, you're just going to love how she uses Notion. I mean, I've seen so many floss tubers and cross stitchers out there starting to use Notion, and I'm like, good. But Naughty gets all of the credit for that because it's her efforts of putting that out there, making it easy for people to use, to make that happen. So go check her out. All right, the joke for the 12th. Why don't you ever see Santa in hospital? Because he has private elf care. That was good. That one's actually kind of, that's a thinker a little bit. All right, I realized I started to say this and I didn't say it, and then I stopped. That I didn't show you my stitching. So midpoint break. As we go into the catching up for the 13, 14, 15, 16, because today is the 16th. I can't believe it. Y'all, time is moving by so quickly. I did do some stitching on this vacation. Not a lot, but I did do some. In the airport, while we were waiting for our flight, I did a little bit of stitching on... Why can't I do that? Tree of Magic. Man. This is by Barbara Anna Designs. And I haven't counted my stitches yet, but I did put a little bit in. And basically, I was moving towards the edge. I wanted... You see that the fabric is pretty tight. Not tight, there's enough. It's a 2-inch border. That's what you need. But if you're using a Q-snap, it goes kind of along the edge pretty good. So I was trying to get to the edge so I could get my Q-snap in pretty tight. So basically, I moved towards the edge. I finished a little bit of this flower, and then I moved all the way over. And I haven't counted, but my guess is that's probably about 100 stitches on that day. So not a lot on that. So here's the lesson of going on a California vacation, particularly to Disneyland. You're not going to get any stitching done. That's just, even though we didn't think that we would be out in the parks the entirety of the day, and we weren't. There were 2 days that we did come back to our hotel room in the middle of the day, but we ended up taking naps, right? I did record a little bit on one of those days, but it's very tiring. And the parks, so Universal Studios closes at 6, and we ended up going to see Godzilla that night. But the lands, the Disneylands, they're open to 10 and midnight. So you could actually be there quite the whole day. And of course, it's just a really exhausting day. So, but I did also work on, dropping some things, on New Year Sampler. So that's the project. On New Year Sampler, I had this super goal to try to do each letter, like to do a motif a day. Yeah, that didn't happen. And this is what I'm doing this 2/2 with the called for floss on 32 count Lugana spice honey. And this is what I have done since on the vacation. This does include stitching from last night, and in fact it includes mostly stitching from last night. So basically on the vacation itself, I finished this motif. I put in all of the little berries, and that's it. This is all I did on the vacation. This was about 200 stitches that I put in a week of vacation. Last night, I put all this in, which is about another 200 stitches. So there you go. That's what I got. But here's the funny, because my husband and I are not feeling well, we're going to sit at home all day today watching TV. I think there's some football games he wants to watch, and I'm just going to stitch until I take a nap. And I'm going to do my best to start trying to catch up on some daily stitching. So that's it. That was my stitching. All right. So now I have 13, 14, 15, and 16 ready to go. Okay, so let's buckle down for a marathon. I don't know if it's really a marathon, a sprinting of opening of items. All right. Sorry, I dropped something and I didn't want to roll over it. Let me grab my whiteboard. Okay. Let's start with box 13, Night. Stalkers Calling. All right. Ooh. This one is called Gingerbread. Some thread today. There it is. Lovely, lovely. Because I'm so far behind, I don't know how much this is going to be spoilers to anybody, since everything has been opened. And then here's the 13th for Caterpillar's Cross Stitch. And it says Jack Frost nipping at your nose. And this is the back of the box. All right. Oh, this is so beautiful. Let me center it. It's a wreath needle minder. Isn't that lovely? Oh, that's so nice. I've already talked about my love for Caterpillar Cross Stitch needle minders. They're so great. Have you all seen that they're going to be doing an Enchanting Realms, and they just showed the needle minder for that, which is this dragon. I was not planning on doing this, Al, because I really think that we're not really talking about plans for 2024, but I'm a little overwhelmed with how much I have that I need to stitch. So I was thinking about trying to do a no new buys. That's not true. That's not who I am. I don't like depriving myself. It makes me feel worse about it, but I'm trying to stitch from stash basically. So I was like, unless I feel really, really strongly, but most things you can buy eventually, right? So, but that needle minder, woo. All right. Our Inspire tour for the 14th. Okay. Here we are. Oh Rumi Crafts. Miriam. Okay. Oop, come on. You want to focus. All right. Now, I think most people know Miriam, right? If you don't, go check her out. But she is a designer, and and she's wonderful. Her floss tubes are wonderful to watch. First of all, it's extremely soothing. Like she has a tone of voice that is kind of like, oh, like it's a soothing, like calming, and I think she's a psychiatrist or a therapist, but she's a counselor of some type. But I don't know in what realm of that, but it makes sense, like right when you listen to her, the way she talks and everything. But I want to say how she inspires me is I hope a way that she inspires you. So a lot of her patterns are of her culture, right? They're her culture, and it's a way for her to share her culture with us. She inspires me to learn, right? Like, and I think that's Americans. I'm just gonna say this about Americans. We're a little bit self-centered, right? We're a little American centric. But that being said, I have traveled a lot in this world. Like I have. I spent a lot of time in Europe. I've gone to Asia. I've been to Russia. I have not been to Africa, and I have not been to South America. They're on the list. It will happen. But I've traveled quite a bit. And I think I think that Americans do rightfully earn the American centralism um, reputation, because we do think that a lot of people think about us when they don't. But um, it's most people are. I'm gonna just say it. Most people are wherever you go in the world are not self-centered in the sense of like, oh, I'm the most important person in the world, but they're just living their lives, right? They're living the experiences that they have. They're living in the cultures that they live in. They're exposed to what they're exposed to, and that's it's the thing is that like there's no blame there, right? Because most people are just living their lives, and they're exposed to what they're exposed to, and they don't have a lot of control on the things that other people produce and put into their face, right? Like, and that the media presents and stuff like that. They don't have a lot of control of that. What they can control is the ability of seeking out new things. But I don't think it's work. I really don't think it's work. But it is effort. I will tell you that it is effort. I like to read authors that are Asian authors. I just do. I like to support them. I feel like Now that being said, I read a lot of books. Like I just read books. I want a good story. I like good stories, and it doesn't matter. But when I see a new author comes out and they're Asian, it does make me want to support them and read them, because I like seeing the reflections of some of my stories back in me. And so what Miriam does is that she inspires me, right? She inspires me to want to learn more about other cultures, to leave a little bit outside of myself, seek out new floss tubers that don't look like me, books that don't look like me, movies that don't look like me, and just to learn, because I know a lot about American history because I grew up in America. I know quite a bit about Thai culture because my mom's Thai, but what do I know about other things? And I don't, and it's not because I don't want to. It's because I haven't been exposed to it. And so, listening to her talk about herself, not herself, but like her work, um, it inspires me. It inspires me to want to learn more about different cultures, because y'all, it's a big, beautiful, beautiful world out there. And there's so many amazing cultures and people and art and history, some not great history, but some amazing history, and you know and it doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't take a lot. It takes some effort to find it and to learn it, but you are richer for it, right? And so a great way to start is to follow Maruni Crafts and watch her videos, because you'll learn about her. But it's that's how she inspires me. All right. Okay. All right. Moving right along to day 14, because this video is going to end up being an hour long. All right, let's continue on with Caterpillar Cross Stitch to day 14. And this is Be Merry and Shiny Bright. We have to pause to blow my nose. Oh! More flosses. We got some flosses. Do. We will see what those are for. I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm just tossing things over here. Let's hope I can let's hope I can organize myself. All right. And here's 14 for Night Stalkers Calling. Oh, stitching is my therapy. It's a little, I guess it's a Notions bag holder, I think. So it's like a little zippy bag. It does have a little bit of a gusset, so yeah, a little thing to hold your little Notions, and you keep it separate from your projects. You can just kind of toss it in there. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. And stitching is my therapy. Toss that over there. All right, influencer for the 14th. I'm going to give everyone their due. I was thinking, oh, I should shorten how much I talk about each of my Inspirators, but honestly, they inspire me, so they're going to take some time. My friend, my wonderful friend, Stitchy Wren. Wren, they are amazing. Okay, first of all, I find friends to be, I mean, they're friends because they're amazing, right? And so, Wren inspires me because they try things. Like they wanted to learn how to design, so they went and designed. They you know, it's, I don't know. I don't know what I can say about Ren's just my friend. That's really what it is. And I love watching Ren. There are very, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest. There are very, very few Flosstubers that when I first started watching that I think to myself, they're my friend. Like I can be friends with them in real life. And now there are lots of Flosstubers that I think of as community friends, and whether they know me or not, right? Like it's like we would be friends within the community, but outside of the shared hobby. I hope this is making sense. I don't mean to be critical of the friendships that are based on shared interests, because those are very real, genuine friendships too. Rin is one of those people that I was like, we're friends in real life without the stitching. Like that happens to just be a shared interest, but we would have so much fun doing other things. And it's true. Rin is great. So she just inspires me to be friends with her, with them. And so go watch Rin. They are doing a daily Flossidays, Flossmas, and opening up all the fun things. I'm behind, Ren. I'm behind. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to catch up today. But the obviously I was on vacation. I haven't watched anybody. So I'm gonna try to catch up on all of everyone's Flossmas and Vlogmas and Flossidays and things this weekend. But the yeah, Ren just inspires me to be their friend. I hope I do the same for you. All right. Ren laughs a lot. And I love that. Like watching Ren, like talking, geeky stitcher, quirky stitcher, very similar style of stitching, in general, which is one of the reasons why I started watching them. But they laugh a lot, and I always laugh with them. So, all right, 15th Night Stalkers Calling. Oh my goodness, this one is called Icicles. Look at this beautiful blue. Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely. I will say, I have decided that one of the best ways that you can decide if you are interested in learning about a floss and seeing what kind of colors they have, and you're not really sure, do a countdown box. That this is highly recommended. All right, Caterpillar Cross Stitch, day 15. And this quote says, "Every time we love, it's Christmas." Design on the back. Big box. Oh, and it is some fabric. With some floss coming. There it is. Oh, the color's not picking up very well on this one. It's a very light, kind of icicle blue, like an ice blue, I would say. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit, it's reading a little more green than blue in real life. All right. Wonder what's coming then. Wonder what's coming. All right. Influencer for the 15th. The Giddy Stitcher. All right. So this is the Giddy Stitcher. This is Michelle. This is another person that, like Rin, when I started watching her, I was like, oh, Michelle. By the way, her name is Michelle. I was like, I think I would be friends with them in real life. And I have not had a chance to meet Michelle in real life. I have met Rin, and we are friends in real life. Um, the Wow, but I'll tell you how Michelle inspires me. So first of all, she is a multi-crafter out of Britain, and I think that she's fantastic for that reason. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't do. I'm a very singularly kind of focused kind of crafter. I do only just a handful of I'm a quilter and I'm a cross stitcher. I read books and I watch movies. Like, that's what I do. And we go to theaters. Um, but Michelle is a multi-crafter, and she tries different things. And I think that's what's really fun about that. Is like, you live vicariously through her different efforts. And she is one of the things that makes me really excited about watching her I like watching her cross stitching videos, but like all her videos, like I watch all her videos. One of the things that I really appreciate about about her videos of like, let's go make a thing, is that she is so open about the mistakes, right? It's like, well, that didn't work, and it's like, and then like, how did she fix it, or did she even fix it? And I think there's something kind of refreshing about that. A lot of these like how-to videos and do this with me kind of videos are so very polished, and her videos are also very polished. Let me tell you, they are well put together, crafted. I mean, there's a lot of work in that, what looks to be a seamless video. There's a lot of work being put into it. So it's a very well crafted video. But when I talk about like the perfectionism of like these how-to videos where they take out all of the blunders, she leaves them in because you need to know that blunders happen, and to kind of have this kind of self-deprecating, like, oh well, it didn't work out, but this is what I ended up doing as a result of it. I think it's really great. I really enjoy it. And so go 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 give her a watch. Go give her a watch if you're not already watching her. But it's been wonderful to see the growth of her channel. Like, um I think she started pretty reasonably close on time to when I started. And she's got, I think, like 8,000 followers now. So just kind of see how she has progressed and grow. And she's a steady grower. Like, she never had like a viral moment. But just steadily, 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 steadily. It's been wonderful to watch. And I'm so proud of her success. So go check out Michelle. We're finally caught up. Today is the 16th, y'all. Is it 10 more days? How do you count down? Is it 9? Like, how do you count? Is it 9 or 10 more days till Christmas at this point? I don't think we're ready. Are y'all ready? I have to do some shopping. Like, we have to finish some shopping. Like we know what we're buying, everybody. Oops, sorry. Like, the list is done. It's just that we have to put things into cart and get it shipped. But I can't believe it's already the 16th. Like, where did 2023 go? I think, like, I'm gonna look back on this and be like, I don't think 2023 happened. Sip break. All right, last day, 16th. I can tell you it's a pattern. Crinkles. Oh, this is cute. This is from Stitchrovia Christmas Jumpers. Look at that. It looks... This is awesome. I love it. There is some it's DMC'd. I suspect that you could probably... I'll be able to use a color conversion of the floss that I got just to be able to see. I think you could also do these as ornaments, individually as ornaments. Look how cute they are. That's fun. That's fun. I enjoy that. All right. 16th Caterpillar cross stitch. It says do a little extra for someone. And that's the back art. Walking the little dog there. This is I think it's a pattern. It is a pattern. I can't show you because it's only the pattern. There's no final picture, but it is a pattern of this needle minder. So I get to stitch that up. Oh, how cute. How awesome. It's a small pattern. It's count as 69 by 69, so it should be pretty quick to put up. I like these. The other ones I think were the same, that they were relatively small, that you could be stitching this as you go. What am I doing? So yeah. All right. Goodness, this part is 26. It's gonna be an hour-long video, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, Inspirator for day 16. All my friends are showing up. DNA Geek Craft, which I always want to call Geek DNA Craft. Carrie, I'm sorry. My friend Carrie, this is another person when I started watching them that I was like, I think we're friends in real life. And we did meet in real life at StitchCon, and yes, Carrie is a real life friend that we would have shared interests outside of our cross stitching, and I love it. What can I say about Carrie? I mean, she's great. Like, she really is great. So she is another person that I reached out, and not reached out to, but that I found specifically because I was looking for people who stitch similar things, had shared interests, not in just cross stitching with the things that we would be stitching or the things that we would like. And so she is a person who likes anime and reads books and manga, and so she had like all of these recommendations and things. And that was really one of the reasons why I really started watching her, and just over time. Um, and of course, you know, she has wonderful dogs. So one of them has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, but she has 2 new dogs, and they are really, really pretty great. And so, I don't know. This Carrie. You should just watch. You should just watch Carrie. like I don't know. Um, it's one of the things that Carrie does do, and I don't want to focus too much on it, but it is a way that is kind of inspirational. Is that she doesn't harp on it in any way, but she is one of the few people on Flosstube that I feel like actually speaks about mental health, about her own personal mental health, and she shares that with her community and her friends on Flosstube. When she's having hard times, when things have been difficult, and I think that there's something to be said about that. When we make these videos, usually I will speak for myself here. I'm in a good space. I'm trying to kind of like, you know, like I recognize that, people are potentially watching me while they're stitching, having a good time with their hobbies. Like, I understand that. Like, I totally understand that this is part of our escapism from our regular lives. And so you try to put on not a good show. This is not what it is. I think of this as me hanging out with my friends. But like, you try to make it so that way, because when you are hanging out with your friends, that you want it to be a good time, right? It is a way to escape from things. But just as much as when you go see your friends to have a good time and to escape, sometimes you need to go see your friends and be like, I'm having a rough time. I need you to know I'm having a rough time, and I need to know that somewhere out there people are feeling it too, and are empathizing and caring about me. And that's what friends do. And I appreciate that Carrie is one of the few people in this Flosstube community that I watch that's willing to share that of herself. That's a big ask of anybody, to share that level of privacy, that because a lot of people are uncomfortable sharing with that, even with their families and friends that they see every day in life. And the fact that she is willing to do that with her friends in the Flosstube community is very inspiring. So, but other than that, Carrie has great recommendations for anime and shows and books. Like she's prolific in what she reads. And awesome. I have never been disappointed in a single recommendation in anime. If you're an anime fan, you should be watching Carrie and getting her recommendations for that alone. All right. Okay. We made it. So let's finish up. I've been trying to edit as I go as I make this video. I'm gonna get this uploaded today. Tomorrow we'll go back to things. I haven't even unpacked, y'all. It's been so busy since we got back. We haven't felt well. We're gonna try to unpack. I got some stuff to show you from Disney, and I'll talk more a little bit about Disney tomorrow. But I'll probably have a bunch of stitching because I'm literally gonna upload this, go sit on the couch, watch movies, feel better, probably take naps. All right. So let's get our joke for the day. I think I told y'all that there's like a thing that's supposed to play music and it's just not quite working anymore. So I've had that for a long time. What do you call a kid who doesn't believe in Santa? A rebel without a clause. Y'all, that's silly. That's a silly one. Okay, well, thanks for bearing with me on this very long video. More stitching tomorrow. Back to regular Flossidays content beginning on the 17th. Thanks you for your patience. For those of you who are here to the end, I really thank you for watching and supporting the people that inspire me. And go check them out. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a stitchy good time. Happy Flossidays.